My name is Dariusz Wolski, and I was a cinematographer on uh, latest release project, House of Gucci. We're inspired was William Klein. Well, he was famous from like high fashion from way back to 60s and 70s and 80s. And in the 80s, he started doing a lot of kind of black and white, rough pictures from backstage of fashion shows, and that's what we found the most fascinating. That on the one hand you have this glamour, beautifully lit, dressed girls, and backstage you have them half dressed with cigarettes, just half naked, rush. Everything is just really informal and lots of pressure, and he captured it beautifully. Yeah, that there's nothing glamorous about it. It's just like hard work. You have to change your costume every 5 seconds, go out there, come back, and so that was just kind of our visual inspiration. It's a story of the girl who was raised up by the family that under pressure that she has to marry somebody famous and rich, and uh, and it was kind of, it's maybe not even shown in film, but it was kind of her mother's idea. She was basically raised up that way, and then she just goes to this party and stumbles upon the guy who kind of looks a little bit nerdish, a little bit insecure, and she takes him for a waiter, and it turns out it's later on in the kitchen. She opens a newspaper, she finds out it's Gucci. In the movie, you don't quite know if she knows who he is or not, which is kind of interesting. And then he doesn't want to have anything to do with with the family, because there's two brothers, which is one of his father, played by Jeremy Irons, and another is Aldo, played by Al Pacino. So they're kind of in conflict how to run the company, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And she's falling in love with him because of who he is. There's way more than photography. You just it, it's really hard to. It's such a there's costumes, there's performances, there's script, there's actors, there's production design. All this amounts to capturing the world, and there's also a great juxtaposition from like very opulent wealth to the way she came from. I mean, she wasn't coming from a poor family, but completely different social class. So there's a bit of that, and then you have opulence. We went to Italian Alps, and so that's really beautiful. Then we shot this beautiful house in Lake Como, which is Paolo Al Pacino's place. Really spectacular. I mean, locations were spectacular. So just shooting in the great light, and don't mess with it. You just don't have to do much. It's there. I always believed the photography should be just very observant and not imposing. Garçonnet was snow, so there was, when we scouted, it was beautiful. It was plenty of snow. Of course, then temperatures went up and everything started melting. But still, all the mountain slope stuff, there was real snow. But the roads, we had to snow up a little bit. We had to do a little bit of artificial snow, which, and also there's a beautiful scene when she leaves when the snow is falling, and some of it was fake and some of it was real. Quite amazing. Yeah. Arthur has a phenomenal knowledge of architecture and history, and always does his homework. Very specific about period, about what stuff should look like, and architecture-wise, cars, detail and stuff. And then Janti comes in with her clothes, with I think the best costume designer I've ever worked with, and exceptional. She can just do 14th century France, and next day you have custom-made suits for all, glamorous suits for all actors and stuff, and and dresses for Lady Gaga. Amazing research into vintage Gucci stuff, so that takes a lot of work, you know, and finding stuff and getting them from Gucci and copying it and making suits for actors, you know, for Al Pacino, for everybody, you know, and of course the Patricia's wardrobe was phenomenal. A part of being Lady Gaga and having this huge commercial draw, or whatever, she she's very serious about what she does as an actress. You know, she's done a lot of homework, a lot of homework. She used to come on the set, really prepared. Yeah, very kind of very thorough professional actress. Like this whole Lady Gaga as a huge, you know, pop star. She was completely focused on what she was doing, which is remarkable. Adam is just, I know he's a great actor, and what is beautiful what he does is just development of his character from like a young kid who just doesn't want anything to do with the family, then falls in love genuinely with a girl, you know, a very simple girl, fights with his father over it, and then gets drawn into the whole family intrigue and stuff, and becomes, you know, takes over the family and the company. Al Pacino, yeah. He's a legend, you know, and just fantastic. Yeah, I understand. You know, his what he's trying to do. He's trying to set the stage, set the event, whatever that is, for people talking, fashion show, two women talking. You know, somebody getting killed. You set the event, and he was very particular how he rehearsed it, what's going to happen, where, and then you basically, I'm watching it. Usually he's watching it from one side, I'm watching from another side, and then we just decide how we're going to cover it, you know. And if you have, there's always room to put four cameras, you know. Sometimes there isn't, but you'll be surprised. Actually, there is, and then you the beginning maybe you put three cameras wide, and then once you shoot those wide shots, medium wide shots that capture the scene, it's very obvious what you need. So you just come in with the cameras and do tighter coverage. Uh, and it also it does actors can. First of all, they have to be on the game all the time because you're rolling, you know. So it's not like the old school. You know, I'm waiting for my close up. You know, I'm gonna go take it easy, and now it's my close up. No. It's your close up, and it's your acting partner's close up at the same time. And that would actually, you know, most of the actors love it. They love it because they just give a performance once. The great thing about Ridley that he is also a very visual person and he understands the lighting. So you basically light environment and you set the thing up the way that, you know, if somebody's silhouette, it's okay, you know. But when it matters, then there's a close up. Then you see her eye, or two eyes, and so. So it's just understanding how this scene evolves, you know. And there's always like couple silhouettes, beautiful atmospheric shots, and then when you go into story, then you just it's just how you place actors and stuff, and it's great with him because as much as he allows them to do what they actors to do what they want to do, he also is very conscious you where to put them. So also works for the light, you know. So it's helpful. It's a style of telling the story, you know. And sometimes you have to stop it. Sometimes, and he knows that too. Sometimes you just stop. You say, okay, now this is it. Now this is gonna be one shot in the story, and you just do one shot. You know, you have all those cameras. So okay, forget it, guys. Just one, and that's okay too. But if you establish a 4 camera shoot as a normal way of making movies, then those single cameras, the steady cameras or cranes, they become just like special, you know. They become even more powerful. I think they'll just enjoy it. They'll enjoy because it's a great entertainment with a bit of a cautionary tale about greed and manipulations and jealousy and stuff. But it's in a yeah. There's some in the end it's tragic, but it's funny. It's funny, Yeah. Has a great sense of humor. It's a movie about characters. It's a movie about dysfunctional family. That's what it is. And it's about passion and jealousy and greed and manipulation and there's some there's also sad moments too. It's like everything. Had like different times and different times had different importance because first it was a leather company and then became kind of like Hollywood and Italian glam because in the 60s the whole uh, Hollywood and Italian glam was very intertwined. So a lot of Hollywood stars spent time in Rome and vice versa. So the scarves and shoes that was just like a big thing. Cary Grant, all the famous people used to wear them, and then scarves.